Hello students, welcome all of you. I am Leela Jadhav from KTHM College Nasik. Today I am going to discuss with you about the first chapter, that is Accounting Standards and Financial Reporting, means Introduction to International Financial Reporting Standards. Therefore, today I am going to discuss in my lecture Accounting Standard number 17. Name of this standard is Segment Reporting. Now start our main topic. A17 means Segment Reporting. This standard applies to companies which have an annual turnover of rupees 50 crores or more. This standard requires that the accounting information should be reporting on segment basis. The segments may be based on product, service, geographical area. It helps the user of financial statements to understand the performance of the enterprise segment-wise. And then we see the meaning of Accounting Standard number 17. An enterprise deals in multiple products or services and operates in different geographical areas. Multiple products or services and its operation in different geographical areas are exposed to different risks and returns. Information about multiple products or services and its operation in different geographical areas is called segment information. Such information is used to assess the risk and return of multiple products or services and its operation in different geographical areas. Disclosure of such information is called segment reporting. And then objectives of segment reporting is segment reporting helps users of financial statements in achieving the following objectives. First one, to better understand the performance of the enterprise. Second, to better assess the risks and returns of the enterprise. And third, to make more informed judgment about the enterprise as a whole. There are two types of segments. First one, business segment. Segment is made on the basis of products or services which are exposed to different risks and returns. A business segment is a component of an enterprise which satisfy the following conditions. It is a distinguishable component of an enterprise. It is engaged in providing an individual product or service or group of related products or service, and it is subject to risk and returns that are different from those of other business segments. Factors that should be considered in determining whether products or services are related includes the nature of products or services, the nature of the production process, the methods used to distribute the products or provide the services, and if applicable, the nature of the regulatory environment, that is banking, insurance or public utilities. And the second type of segment is geographical segments. This segment is made on the basis of the operation in different geographical areas which are exposed to different risks and returns. A geographical segment is a component of an example which satisfy the following conditions. It is a distinguishable component of an enterprise. It is engaged in providing products or services within a particular economic environment. The risk and returns of an enterprise are influenced both by the geographical location of its operation, where is its product or produce, or where its services rendering activities are based, and also by the location of its customers, where its products are sold or services are rendered. The definition allows geographical segments to be based on either the location of production or service facilities, and other assets of all enterprise are the location of its customers. In this purpose of identifying the predominant sources of risk and returns of the company, internal organization and management structure of a company, and system of internal reporting to board of directors and chief executive officer provides the best evidence of the prominent source of risk and return of the company. So, the reportable segment may be either a business segment or a geographical segment. Here, some notable terms in segment reporting. First one, enterprise revenue. Enterprise revenue is the revenue from sales to external customers as reported in the segment of profit or loss. And next, segment revenue. Segment revenue is the aggregate of the portion of enterprise revenue that is directly attributable to a segment. The relevant portion of enterprise revenue that can be allocated on a reasonable basis to segments, and revenue from transactions with other segments of an enterprise. Then, segment revenue does not include extraordinary items, interest or dividend income, including interest earned or advance or loans to other segments, gains of sales of investment, or on extinguish of debt. However, segment revenue shall include items second and three above if two operations of the segment are primarily of a financial nature. And then next, segment expenses. Segment expenses is the aggregate of the expenses resulting from the operating activities of a segment that is directly attributable to the segment. Second, the relevant portion of enterprise expenses that can be allocated on reasonable basis to the segment. Expenses relating to the transaction with other segments of the enterprise. Costs sometimes incurred at the enterprise level of behalf of a segment are part of segment expenses if they relate to the operating activities of the segment. They can be directly attributed or allocated to the segment on a reasonable basis. Segment expenses does not include extraordinary items, interest expenses, including interest incurred or advance on loans from other segments, unless the operation of the segment are primarily of a financial nature. Losses on sales of investment or losses on extinguishment of debt, unless in operation of the segment are primarily of a financial nature. Income tax expenses, general administrative expenses, head office expenses, and other expenses that arise at the enterprise level and relate to the enterprise as a whole. Then next, segment result. Segment result is segment revenue less segment expenses. And then segment assets. Segment assets are those operating assets that are employed by a segment in its operating activities and directly attributable to the segment or can be allocated to the segment on a reasonable basis. If the segment result of a segment include interest or dividend income, its segment assets include the related receivables, loans, investments, or other interest or dividend generated assets. Next, segment assets do not include income tax assets, assets used for general enterprise or head office purpose. Segment assets are determined after deducting related allowances provisions that are reported as direct offsets in the balance sheet of the enterprise. For example, fixed assets less depreciation provision or debtors less provision for doubtful debt. Then next, segment assets include operating assets shared by two or more segments if a reasonable basis for allocation exists. Next, goodwill that is directly attributable to a segment or that can be allocated to a segment on a reasonable basis. If segment assets have been revalued subsequent to acquisition, then they will be measured on the revalued amount. And the next, segment liabilities. Segment liabilities are operating liabilities that result from the operating activities of a segment that either is directly attributable to the segment or can be allocated to the segment on a reasonable basis. Next, if the segment result of a segment includes interest expenses, its segment liabilities include the related interest-bearing liabilities. Segment liabilities do not include income tax liabilities, borrowing and other liabilities that are incurred for financing operating purposes. The liabilities of segments whose operations are not primarily of a financial nature do not include borrowings and similar liabilities because segment results represent an operating rather than a net of financing, profit or loss. Further, because debt is often issued at the head office level of an enterprise-wide basis, it is often not possible in directly attribute or reasonably allocate the interest-bearing liabilities to segments. This is the important notable terms in segment reporting. The disclosure requirements of primary segments. Revenue from external customers, revenue from transaction with other segments, segment results, cost to acquire tangible and intangible fixed assets, depreciation and amortization expenses, carrying amount of segment assets, segment liabilities, reconciliation of revenue, results, assets and liabilities, non-cash expenses other than depreciation and amortization. This is the disclosure requirement of primary segment. Lastly, I would like to give you a question for self-study which is important for our university examination. Question number 1. What are segment liabilities? Question number 2. What is segment expenses? Question number 3. Define a business segment as per accounting standard number 17. Next, question number 4. Define a geographical segment as per accounting standard 17. With this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you very much. Next lecture, we will start next accounting standard number 25.